Well, the numbers are in, and it appears that Sam Darnold's fifth-year option is not as high as everyone thought initially. Does this change the Jets' decision on what they do with Sam Darnold?
Jets, Jets!
What's up, guys? Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot today. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. All right, so I saw a tweet from Rich Cimini earlier today. I retweeted it out with a few of my thoughts, but I wanted to get into it, just make a quick video for you guys. So Rich Cimini says, Sam Darnold, $9.8 million cap hit in 2021. His fifth-year option projects to be $18.7 million per Jason from Over the Cap. This is a number that is significantly lower than we initially thought. We were thinking it would be right around $25 million or so to keep him on that fifth-year option. So basically, you'd say Sam is worth $9.8 million this year and $18.7 next year if the Jets wanted to hold on to him. Now, if we trade him, that number changes for the team that gets that contract. It would wind up being $4.5 million for this year and then $18.7 for next season. Now, if I'm the Jets, what do I do? Let's get into the second part of this tweet because it's a little interesting. So the reason this number is lower than we expected is because the cap has dropped. So that changed the way the fifth-year options are going to look. So it's basically a 2-year, $28.5 million deal if that fifth-year option is exercised by the New York Jets. If the Jets were to, say, draft Zach Wilson, he would be 4 years, $23.7 million plus his fifth-year option, which, you know, thinking Sam is around 18, maybe it's 18 to 25 million in a few years' time. So roughly what you're getting there. So what does this do? What does this mean for the New York Jets, and what does it mean for Sam's trade value? What does it mean for us retaining him? Well, if you wanted to retain Sam, this number's a little bit more palpable. So, like, if you're talking, what is that, a little over $6 million difference? So, like we said, with the salary cap going up a little bit from what we initially thought, this is about an average of like a Jordan Jenkins, a Brashad Perriman, a Brian Poole, someone in that vein for $6 million. So, does that extra player plus Sam Darnold make more sense, especially if you were to trade down from number 2? There's a compelling argument. A lot of Jet fans seem pretty divided on this. Do you roll with Sam Darnold now that his number is not going to be as high as you would otherwise thought? Well, Ian Rappaport comes out today and says there are no final decisions on Sam Darnold just yet. The Jets are going to look at all these quarterbacks, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, and Justin Fields. I believe the final pro day of those guys, I want to say it's like March 12th, March like 15th, and March 30th or so for those 3 pro days. So the Jets are going to not make a decision until that point, unless I think like Deshaun Watson becomes available, which may not happen right away. It depends how that sort of shakes out. But all things considered, the Jets are going to do their due diligence. They're going to keep an ear to the ground, trying to see if they can upgrade their quarterback position, while also keeping in mind that Sam Darnold, if that's the worst-case scenario that you trade down from 2 and you roll with him, is that really that bad of an option? I think a lot of teams have been calling the Jets about Sam. We've seen just as much. But it seems like the Jets are not willing to move on from Sam until they make a firm decision on who these quarterbacks are in the draft. Of course, Watson throws the wild card in there if that eventually happens. But I think taking all your chips and just sort of figuring out, because there's no point in trading Sam Darnold before the draft unless you're getting a really, really nice haul in return that you can't say no to. So I like it. I think the Jets are probably still going to roll with the quarterback. Zach Wilson is still the person I think we're going to draft at number 2. But guys, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Should the Jets roll with Sam Darnold? Should they trade Sam Darnold? Does this help his trade value? I would think, yeah, it has to if the fifth-year option is not as bad as it once was. So maybe the Jets do get a first-round pick for him. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. And as always, go Jets.